Now we're adding fractions with different denominators, but this time the larger denominator is not a multiple of the smaller denominator. So first we have 1/2 plus 1/5, but 5 is not in the 2 times table. So that means we need to find 2 equivalent fractions. We need a common multiple of 2 and 5 to use as our denominator, and the lowest common multiple of 2 and 5 is 10. So we need to find fractions equivalent to 1/2 and 1/5, which both have a denominator of 10. We use multiplication to find equivalent fractions, and 2 times 5 is 10. What we do to the denominator, we do to the numerator as well, and 1 times 5 is 5. Now 5 times 2 is 10, and 1 times 2 is 2. So we can rewrite our question. Instead of 1/2, we can write 5/10, because that's equivalent to 1/2, and instead of adding 1/5, we can add 2/10. So now we have a common denominator, and when we're adding fractions, the denominator stays the same in our answer, and 5 plus 2 is 7. So our answer is 7/10. Now we have 1/5 plus 3/4. Again, 5 is not a multiple of 4. It's not in the 4 times table. So we need to find fractions equivalent to 1/5 and 3/4, which have a common denominator. Now the lowest common multiple of 5 and 4 is 20, so we can find equivalent fractions for both fractions which have a denominator of 20. 5 times 4 is 20, and 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20, and 3 times 5 is 15. So now we can rewrite our question. Instead of 1/5, we can write 4/20, and instead of adding 3/4, we can add 15/20, because that's equivalent. It's the same size as 3/4. But now we have a common denominator, so the denominator stays the same in our answer, and 4 plus 15 is 19. So our answer is 19/20. Now let's have a look at the fraction bars to see what we did here. For this first question, we had 1/2, and we were adding 1/5. But we changed 1/2 into 5/10 and 1/5 into 2/10, and you can see that when we do that, the fractions stay the same size. We have the same amount of the fraction bar shaded, but now that they're both split into the same number of pieces, so into 10 pieces, we can add them together, and that gives us our answer of 7/10. Then for this question we had 1/5, and we were adding 3/4. But to add fractions, we need the pieces, so the denominators, to be the same size. We found that 20 was a multiple of both 5 and 4, so we changed 1/5 into 4/20 and 3/4 into 15/20. Then when we put them together, that gave us our answer of 19/20. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that was helpful. If you're a teacher or a parent, then please subscribe or go to keystage2maths.com to download resources for this lesson and many more. That's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.